Good morning, Royal family. Good morning, family.
Good morning.
All right, this is just another Sunday for me. I stand here reminded of a young boy from Durham, North Carolina, whose parents had no political connections. His mom, a secretary, and dad, before passing, was a janitor. That boy became the first in his family to go to college because of his parents' hard work and sacrifices, first to become a lawyer in his family, and would become the youngest state senator in South Carolina. And have the privilege to greet the President of the United States in his last day in office. That is the America that we live in. That's the America that you have continued to push, Mr. President, and that's the America that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. envisioned, where opportunities for all people, regardless of zip code and family background, have possibilities that are limitless and opportunities that are endless. We give thanks to God for that. Mr. President, First Lady, Congressman, esteemed guests, Mr. Mayor, Pastor, on behalf of the South Carolina General Assembly and Senate District 42, I want to welcome you back to South Carolina and welcome you to my home church, Royal Missionary Baptist. And now, before I go any further, I would have to recognize my beautiful wife, my queen, my First Lady, Dr. Deon Tedder. Mr. President, stand. See, Mr. President, you're not the only one who married a Dr. Jill. And from what I can tell, we both clearly outkicked our coverage. The job can get tough and lonely in politics, and we can't do it without our families and our partners who stand with us. And so thank you, Dr. Jill Biden, for all that you have done for the American people. We don't take it lightly that you chose to spend your final day here with us in Charleston, South Carolina. And we are deeply grateful for your leadership and vision. Today is special because it's the eve of our celebration of the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I believe he would smile at your dedication to our nation's values, freedom, equality, and justice, which has shaped the course of history and inspired millions, including myself. And as I close, Mr. President, we are honored to have you and your family here. Resilience, perseverance, courage, integrity, and respect is what you have shown all of us. And because you carried those traits with you while making tough decisions for our nation that have helped so many, particularly the Black community, you will always be known to us as one of America's most consequential presidents. And lastly, from the youngest senator in South Carolina and the ranking Democrat on Senate Judiciary, welcome to Royal Baptist, welcome to South Carolina. And next, I will pass the microphone to a man that needs no introduction, a hero for South Carolina, my South Carolina State University brother, my Congressman Jim Clyburn.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Deon, for presenting me here today. We are in the 6th Congressional District of South Carolina, so presenting is the way to go, not to be introduced. If I need to be introduced to you, I'm in serious trouble. And so let me thank all of you for being here today. Thank you, Pastor Holt, First Lady Holt, thank you. And the officers, the members, friends of this great church, thanks to all of you. I'm pleased to be here today with my longtime friend, and I do mean longtime friend, Joe Biden. Dr. Jill, Hunter, Little Bo, the rest of the family, Thank you so much for being here. I listened this morning to words that I want to share with you. Galatians 6:9 portends some words that I think are very, very important today. Martin Luther King Jr., everybody talks about his I Have a Dream speech. The fact of the matter is, about 3 or 4 months before that speech, King was sitting in the Birmingham City Jail. He was sitting there because he had been arrested for trying to bring justice and equality to a community. While sitting in that jail, King received a letter. The letter was signed by 8 white clergymen. And they said to King, "We want you to leave Birmingham. Your presence in our city is disruptive. Don't get us wrong. We believe your cause is right. But your timing is wrong." King, in that letter, dealt with the subject of time. And he summed it up in 3 words. Time is neutral. Time is neutral. Time is never right, and time is never wrong. Time is always what we make it. King, in that letter, furthered Paul's writings when he said, "I am coming to the conclusion that the people of ill will in our society are making a much better use of time than the people of goodwill. We are where we are today because the people of ill will have been making a much better use of time than the people of goodwill." And then King concluded the thought, we are going to be made to repent in this generation, not just for the vitriolic words and deeds of bad people, but for the appalling silence of good people. I'm here today with my longtime friend, thanking him for not being silent. Joe Biden has been criticized for making the fundamentals of this country the subject of his presidency. This is a great country in no need of being made great. Our job, it seems to me, is to make this country's greatness accessible and affordable for all of its people. That's okay. So I just want to say to all of you today, I am as disappointed as you are with the outcomes of the last election. But I am not discouraged. I came here today to ask you to faint not. Stay in the game. Let's start making better use of our time. And let's dedicate ourselves to doing the things that are necessary to lead to our children and our grandchildren a place much better than we found it. That's why we're here. And I want to thank Joe Biden. Thank you, Dr. Jill. Thank you for what you meant to me. Mr. Mayor, thank you. Thank you. I'll close with this. When I wrote my memoirs, I called it Blessed Experiences. And I said in the introduction to that book, all of my experiences have not been pleasant, but I've considered all of them to be blessings. And among those blessed experiences has been the pleasure of having my family, my three daughters. It may be the first time we've been together. Long time. Mignon, Jennifer, Angela. Having them to benefit from this Biden family. Joe Biden has been what this country needed 4 years ago. People don't always appreciate it. They didn't appreciate Abraham Lincoln. They did not appreciate Harry Truman. Lyndon Johnson's were not appreciated. But when people look back, they appreciate. So I want to say to you, good friend, very little appreciation has been shown recently. But faint not. History will be very kind to you.